Welcome to Insightful Gaming. It's your host Karma, the creator behind Insightful Gaming. Today, we're going to have some fun as we check out one of my all-time favorite Solar Titan builds. This build is a powerhouse with insane damage and healing, and not to mention it is super fun to play. With the help of the Loreley Splendor Helm, one of the best exotics in the game, even after its nerf. With this updated build, you'll be unstoppable in all sorts of PVE content, from Grandmaster Nightfalls to Master level activities. So sit back, relax, and let's get started. And please don't forget to give us a like if you enjoy this video, and please consider subscribing so you never miss a video from us again. The Loreley Splendor Helm is an exotic helmet that's perfect for the Solar Titan build. It increases the solar ability charge rate and provides a bonus to weapon damage for a short period of time after you use your solar abilities. The combination of the Loreley Splendor Helm and the Ember of Singeing aspect make it possible to quickly charge your class ability and unleash the full power of your solar abilities on your enemies. Next up, we are using Hammer of Soul as our ultimate. This ability will summon a flaming hammer that will leave nothing but destruction in its wake. It's the perfect ability to use when you're surrounded by enemies and need to clear them out quickly. For our weapon, we are using Callus Mini Tool SMG. This gun is a favorite among Solar Titan players, and for good reason. With the right perks, it can be a powerhouse in both PvP and PVE activities. To get your hands on the Callus Mini Tool, you'll need to farm opulent keys. The real reason why the Callus Mini Tool is so sought after is its incredible perk pool. The new incandescent trait, for example, allows the SMG to apply Scorch in an area of effect after getting kills. This helps activate solar abilities and makes the Callus Mini Tool a must-have for tougher content. Next, we are using Solar Grenade. This will throw a grenade that deals solar damage, perfect for taking out groups of enemies. And with the mods we're using, we'll be able to use this ability more often, keeping our enemies on their toes. Our class ability, Rallying Barricade, is the perfect defensive tool. It will provide you with cover in tough situations and will also recharge quickly thanks to the high resilience stat and mods. And when you need to get out of there fast, you can use Strafe Lift, our movement ability, to quickly move to safety. Finally, for our solar melee, we're using the Unstoppable Throwing Hammers. This ability will allow you to throw hammers that deal solar damage, making it a perfect tool for taking out enemies from a distance. Let's dive into our fiery duo of aspects. Roaring Flames is the perfect aspect for this build because it just adds fuel to the fire. With this aspect, our solar abilities deal extra damage and create a burning effect on enemies. This is especially handy in tougher content where taking down enemies quickly is key. And then we have Sol Invictus, the shining star of aspects. Sol Invictus is a solar subclass aspect that provides additional solar damage to the player's abilities, weapons, and grenades. It also increases the duration of all solar abilities and grants an overshield when players activate their super. Sol Invictus provides a boost to overall solar damage output and survivability, making it a great choice for this Titan build. The Roaring Flames and Sol Invictus aspects are crucial to the Solar Titan build. The Roaring Flames aspect amplifies the fire damage of your weapons and abilities, making them hit even harder, especially when combined with the buff from the Loreley Splendor Helm. On the other hand, Sol Invictus is a unique aspect that boosts the healing you receive from your solar abilities and skills, so you can stay in the fight even longer. It's like having a built-in first aid kit. By choosing these two aspects, you'll be able to deal massive damage and stay alive, which is crucial in high-level content like Grandmaster or Master Nightfall. The aspects selected for this build are all about amplifying the power of your solar melee. Let's take a closer look at each one. Ember of Singeing. This aspect is key to maximizing your ability to charge your class ability. Every time you scorch an enemy with your solar melee, you'll get a little boost towards charging up your class ability. The faster you charge, the faster you can unleash the full power of your solar abilities on your enemies. Ember of Torches. With this aspect equipped, your melee strikes will ignite your enemies, causing them to burn and take additional damage over time. It's like adding a little extra hot sauce to your solar punches. Ember of Solace. This aspect increases the duration of Radiant, which is the weapon damage buff you get from your melee attacks. The longer Radiant lasts, the longer you'll have that extra oomph behind your shots. Ember of Ashes. This aspect will make your enemies explode into ashes upon death, which can damage nearby enemies and help you clear out groups of foes with ease. Talk about making an impact. So putting things into perspective, your solar throwable hammers will ignite your enemies with every strike, quickly charging your barricade thanks to the Ember of Singeing. With each and every melee hit, you'll become radiant, increasing your weapon damage and making taking down your foes a piece of cake. And to keep that radiant energy flowing, the Ember of Solace extends the duration of the weapon damage buff. Ember of Singeing is triggered when you perform melee kills on enemies, causing them to burn and increasing the charge rate of your class ability. Ember of Solace is activated when you and your allies are radiant, increasing the duration of Radiant's weapon damage buff. These two fragments work in tandem to enhance the overall effectiveness of your melee playstyle and make the most of your kills and Radiant procs. Ember of Singeing helps you charge up your class ability faster, so you can use it more often, while Ember of Solace extends the duration of Radiant, letting you enjoy the weapon damage boost for a longer period of time. The synergies between these two fragments make your melee playstyle even more deadly and efficient, allowing you to take on even the toughest foes with ease. Next section is more for newer players, so feel free to skip to next chapter. Now that we have gone over our abilities, aspects, and fragments, let's go over our rotation. The combat rotation for this Solar Titan build revolves around maximizing the benefits from the 4 Ember aspects: Ember of Singeing, Ember of Torches, Ember of Solace, and Ember of Ashes. Here's how it works. First, start by using your Solar melee ability to scorch your enemies, which will charge up Ember of Singeing. Second, once Ember of Singeing is charged, use your Towering Barricade class ability to unleash a barrage of solar energy and gain the Radiant buff, increasing your weapon damage. Third, keep using your Solar melee ability to maintain the Radiant buff, as well as trigger Ember of Solace, which will increase the duration of the Radiant buff. Fourth, use your Solar Grenade to spread the scorching heat and trigger Ember of Torches, which will ignite the environment and enemies for additional damage. Fifth, if you're facing tough enemies, use your Hammer of Soul to deal massive damage. Sixth, repeat the above steps as needed, and make sure to keep the Radiant buff active by using your Solar melee ability. The longer you keep the Radiant buff active, the more damage you will deal with each hit. Next up, let's cover the armor mods. Starting with the helmet, we've got 2 mods that work together to keep you alive: Well of Life and Harmonic Siphon. Well of Life gives you a small boost to your health regeneration every time you pick up an Orb of Light. Meanwhile, Harmonic Siphon gives you a boost to your ability regeneration when you defeat enemies with a solar ability. So, these 2 mods make sure you're staying healthy and ready to use your abilities. On the gauntlets, we've got 2 more mods that are all about keeping you in the fight: Focusing Strike and Well of Tenacity. Focusing Strike increases the damage of your melee attacks when you're at full health. Well of Tenacity gives you a boost to your ability regeneration when you're low on health, so you can keep fighting even when things are getting tough. For the chest, we've got Energy Diffusion Substrate. This mod gives you a small boost to your resistance to all damage from enemies, which can really help you survive in a firefight. Next, we've got Reaping Wellmaker on the boots, which is all about maximizing your solar abilities. It gives you a boost to your ability regeneration whenever you defeat an enemy with a solar ability, so you'll be able to use your abilities more often. Finally, we've got 3 mods on the Titan Mark that are all about making sure you're ready for anything: Utility Kickstart, Melee Wellmaker, and Advanced Scout. Utility Kickstart makes your abilities recharge faster when you first spawn into an activity. Melee Wellmaker gives you a boost to your melee ability regeneration when you pick up an Orb of Light. And Advanced Scout makes enemies take more damage after you stun them, so you can take them down more easily. Thank you for sticking around, hope you found the video insightful. And please, smack that like button if you enjoy the content and subscribe for more Destiny 2 content. Have a great rest of your week.